Aaron, obviously the 20th anniversary of the 2001 playoff final. First of all, doesn't the time fly? 20 years ago.
Yeah, it definitely made me feel old. So thanks for ruining my day. But I mean, it's something that no matter what age you're at, when something like that happens, it's something that you'll always see on social media, especially now, or people will speak to you when you see them in the street about that day. So for me, it's always going to be with me. It will always be with me in my memory about that special day.
That's it. So talk us through that season as a whole, because I think the team had just come down from the division above. So was the remit to try and get back up, at the first time of asking?
Well, I only joined that season. I wasn't there when they had gone down, so I just left Aston Villa and gone to Walsall, and the whole plan was to get promoted. So for me, I didn't have any feelings or memories of what had happened in the previous season. It was just a case of, can I help the team achieve promotion?
Yeah, that's it. So obviously, what was that season like? What was working with Ray Graydon like as well throughout that campaign?
Different for me, especially. I came from Aston Villa, where I wasn't a first team regular. I'd played every now and then, and you didn't realise the whole expectancy of players now that rely on winning games for their win bonus to pay mortgages and stuff like that. And it became a lot more serious of me having to play regular men's football week in, week out, which wasn't solely based on possession. Like the Premier League, it was a case of tackles, elbows, all kinds of things happening at that time. So you had to grow up very quickly. And I enjoyed every minute. Ray Graydon was different in a case of, at that time, we just thought, what a disciplinarian. But it's things that stay with you to this day, where he wanted you to have that work ethic. Also off the pitch, no earrings, no T-shirts without a collar. This wouldn't have been available. This wouldn't have been allowed. So, yeah, it was good. It was great.
So what was that season like as it sort of developed and it looked like the team were going to possibly, be in the picture of promotion? So what was it like being part of the team as the season went on and you got to the business end?
Well, we thought that we could have gone up automatically. If my memory serves me correctly, it was a case that we were fighting up the top and we fell away probably at some part of the season, and we knew it was playoffs. I remember, I think it was Stoke we had to play, and I think we might have drew at Stoke, and then won at the Bescott. So we were a confident group. We believed in what we had, and then he made some signings during that season, which I think was Don Goodman. I think Fitzroy Simpson came in as well. And they were, and there's probably others, but forgive me. I hope they forgive me if I don't remember them. But those two especially made a massive impact on what we were trying to do.
So you mentioned there that Stoke semi-final, a magical day, evening at the Banksies that night, wasn't it? What was that occasion like?
Really good. I mean, it's funny because the Stoke away, I wasn't even sub. So you're gutted, but you want the lads to do well and you want to get to the Millennium Stadium, as it was at the case, because Wembley was being refurbished, reconstructed, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I was in the stand watching the game. Fitzroy Simpson got injured that game. Keatsy started the game. I think that's how it worked, or it was the other way. But I was on the bench at home. I think it was, yeah. And then great day, great night, and we knew we was going to a national stadium in the Millennium Stadium. So it was great, and we was looking forward to it. And we were confident. We knew Reading had a good side, but I think we had done well against them in that. I don't know if they beat us in the league at the home and away. But we were confident anyway, and it's funny because everyone was saying that I'd get the winner. They all believed I'd get the winner.
So what was that build up like, especially like the few days in the run up to the game? What was the town like? What was the atmosphere amongst the lads like as well?
It's things that stay with you because there's an excitement. It's a day out, isn't it? Really, for me, I didn't realise how big it was. I knew it was a big game, and you're on Sky, and it's promotion, but you don't realise what it was until you got there and the sort of fans. And it was a great day. And leading up to it was excitement, tickets for family and friends, and it's what you're in football for. So for me, it was something new, as in being a part of something, mainly a part of it, not a bit part out of the squad or sub. It was like at Aston Villa, it was a case of I was a big part of what was happening.
So you started the game on the bench as well. When did you find out the lineup and who was playing? And did Ray pull you aside and have a conversation with you?
No, I don't think he did any. I don't think he has to, especially with me now in coaching and the management side. You kind of get an inkling of whether you're playing or not, whether you played the previous games, whether you had been in the shape on the Thursday, on the Friday. You kind of work it out. There's probably one or two that are not 100% sure, and the manager's probably not 100% sure. But when you've played the two semi-finals, home and away, the semi-final home and away against Stoke, and you were out the 16 away, and then you just got into 16 at home, if I'm correct. There's no way I'd have thought I'm starting. My main thing was I was just hoping. This is going to sound bad, but Fitz had got injured. So Fitzroy Simpson had missed the home leg. Now, if he was fit for Millennium Stadium, there was every chance that I might not have been on the bench. So it was whether Fitz was fit, which had a massive effect on whether I'd be in the 16 or not. So my concern was just, will I be involved? And I was desperate to be involved.
So obviously, there's been on the bench, you've potentially got the chance to be involved. What's the sort of warm-ups like? And then obviously watching the early stage of the game, seeing the team fall behind and then equalise. So what was going through your mind through all those stages?
Honestly, get me on. And it's funny, I don't care what any footballer says. If you're on the bench and then you're granted a wish at that time for that game, it would be, we are drawing and I come on and get the winner. Or I just come on and I just win us the game. Any footballer says, no, it doesn't matter. It's not about me. They're lying, especially strikers. We want to go on. We want to make an impact. We want to win the game. And if I can be the one to help win the game, and I know it's not going to all be about me because we're a squad, but if I can play that big part and get the winner, then I wouldn't want it any other way. So God was listening.
So when you're sort of standing on the touchline and you're just about to walk on the pitch, did you get any kind of nerves, or was there any sort of wow factor being that it was such a big occasion and, a crucial stage of the game?
Nah, I just wanted to get on and score. For me, I don't know how others feel with it, but for me, it was a case of once I go on the pitch, I don't even know the fans are really there. It's just me and trying to get the ball in the goal and help my team win. That's all it was. Fans never really ever had that effect on me for me to be nervous or to affect my game. It's never gonna happen. When they're cheering you on, of course, it's unbelievable. It's like the 12th man, but they didn't. It wasn't a big thing for me in the sense of, I'm going to be nervous. No chance.
Yeah. So
this is exactly what footballers want. These are the games you want to be part of.
You obviously come on, you're confident, and you mentioned earlier that people were telling you you're going to score the winner, and lo and behold, you do. So what was that moment like? Was it because it was a very good finish, wasn't it?
Surreal. Yeah, surreal. I think it's anywhere in the goal he gets it because it's low and it's the grass is wet, but it's gone right in the corner, and I don't think it's not like I've hit it unbelievably well, but I've hit it hard and low, and it's just skimmed across. So he probably had more chance if it was flying top of the net or corner or whatever, so he can move his feet and get across. But when they're hard and low, it's kind of hard. But as I said, it was surreal, and to this day, I still get to see the goal, and I still get goosebumps from it. It's just Roy the Rover stuff for me, and things that when I was at school in the playground, those are the things you dream of, scoring the winner for your team to help your team get promoted from any league. So there's no there's no discredit to it. Whatever league you're playing, non-league, League Two, whatever it is, it was just great to get into the Championship.
So you've probably maybe answered my next question there, but where does that rank in all your achievements in your career?
Right at the top, alongside playing for Jamaica and scoring for Jamaica against Paraguay. Those two things stand out massively for me. Yes, delighted that I played in the Premiership, delighted that I played in the Europa League, which was UEFA Cup at the time. But as I said, it was a big part at Villa. It's great to have and great to know that I've played in those things, but to play for my country and to help my team get promoted to the Championship, that was never going to be beat.
So what was the celebrations like afterwards, and then even just at the Millennium Stadium immediately, and then when you came back to Walsall, that must have just been unbelievable.
Yeah, I think it was a weird one, because I think when you score those goals, it's usually party time and everyone's out, but it wasn't everyone was out really. It was family and friends were there, and we all went off to our different places, and then we kind of got together back like during the week, and I think it was surreal. It really was like, we really just got promoted against Alan Pardew's team, Reading, that big budget, good players, and we weren't favourites, no chance. So it was special. It really was, and I think to the day I die, I'll always have that special connection with Walsall, the fans, the club. And anytime I go to the games at Walsall or the ground, I feel a massive part of that football club, and definitely one that I had 2 spells there. So yeah, great football club. I loved every minute there.
Yeah, great stuff. You'll always be held in high regard here at Walsall Football Club. But you yourself, now you're into coaching, and you've had a really progressive season with Walsall Wood, haven't you? Commiserations from all of us here about the semi-final, so close to Wembley. You must have been gutted about that.
I was never felt pain like it, if I'm being honest. Got beat in the Championship playoffs to get in the Prem by Hull. It didn't feel as bad as it did losing to Warrington Rylands in the semi-final of the FA Vars. And I worked it out. The reason is because when you play, it's all about you. Players are selfish. We're all selfish. We have to be. Or you're just not going to be the player you're supposed to be. So when you lose, it's the pain. You feel that pain. When you win it, you feel that joy. But when you're a manager and you win, you feel everybody's joy. And then you flip the coin. When you lose, you feel everybody's pain. And I felt it. I really felt it. And I was gutted. And it's not, yeah, of course I was gutted, but you're more gutted for the players, the board. Some of these guys will probably never ever see the TV to play on. They'll probably never see Wembley. So for me, I felt the responsibility that, and I know I didn't let them down, but I just felt that what more could I have done? And I just came away from it. And I think things like this will make me a better manager in the future.
That's what you mentioned that as well. Do you think there's anything you've taken from your time, particularly maybe 20 years ago in that successful season with Walsall, or perhaps from Ray Grade, anything that you may have taken that into your coaching career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as everyone knows, I've had a load of football clubs, and tried to take bits, good or bad, from every manager or coach or assistant that you've played under. I'm still learning. I'm a novice in that term of management. It doesn't mean I feel I'm a novice in how well I deliver my sessions or how well I tactically do it. I believe in myself the same way I believe as a footballer, so I know I'm on a journey. And even 20 years into management, I'll still look at myself thinking I'm still learning every day. And it's one thing I think I've learned more as a manager than as I did as a player. I think when I look back as a player, I probably thought I knew everything. Whereas as a coach / manager, I'm always listening, I'm always learning, I'm always watching videos, I'm always studying. And I know one day I'll get to where I want to get to.